Yo, welcome Flyffers. So today we want to take a look at the build poster, to be more specific at a Flyff Universe unique build, the Intelligence 1v1 build poster. If this is not your kind of playstyle, I already made a guide about the AoE build poster and the regular auto attack 1v1 build poster. Make sure to check those out. So now, before we go in detail into the video, I noticed that only 80% of my viewers are subscribed to the channel. So let's make a deal. You watch this video all the way to the end and I am sure I earned your subscription by then. So now we can start and take a look at what kind of items, what kind of sets, what kind of weapons, what kind of jewelry, what kind of skills a 1v1 build poster is actually using. So to get to a build poster, we first need to be level 15 and turn into an assist. With the first job change, and there will be guides for the job change for sure, so you get this info as well, but they will be separate. As you are level 60, you will turn into a build poster, and a build poster is this big beefy guy with a mechanic knuckle. There's like a huge fist, and he's basically just slapping the people right into the face with his fist. And since he does need a bit of defense as well, he is wearing a shield on top of this. Stats that are important: we are basically a skill-based class with this build poster, believe it or not. So intelligence is our main go-to by far. And since we're using spells only, cast time is really important, and we're using spells only, so skill damage percent is important. And we do need a bit of defense to actually survive against the mobs, so stamina and HP, having a bit of it is a wise. And to go with this build, you should start out with an AoE build poster first, just so you have a high level progression, because this build only works once you are level 60. You can't play it pre-60, so until level 59, you should be full stamina. At level 60, you're getting a free reset, which will make it easy for you to go full int from there and stay full int. At level 60, therefore, your health should still be at like 10k, because you're at the AoE option at the start. And once you're level 90, this is why we have the health increase here, you are already full 1v1, which means your health is not as high, but as you can see, your attack is almost doubled. Now, which kind of sets are good? There's only two sets to actually look out for. With pre-level 60, you can wear the wedge set, even for AoEs, since you are upgrading this, and the cast time and the intelligence can benefit. But you don't want to have HP on it or something, you do want to have attack on here. As you will use this from level 45 all the way up to level 90, and at level 90 you will actually already get your endgame set. And the reason why this is the endgame set is because it is giving you the skill damage percent here, and you're only using skills, so this is by far the best set right here, which means you can go plus 10 and 28% attack and full man mode this set. The weapons are also pretty straightforward. There are not a lot of weapons based on effects that favor the INT 1v1 build poster, so you will go for a high attack if you can. And the Guardian Knuckle, for example, with the 15% HP is a good stat, and this will be easy to sell later on. And the Angel Glove will give you a bit of higher defense, but also add intelligence for the increased damage. And this is basically your way to go. And you will keep this one, all the way till the end. So you can go for a plus 10 upgrade with no regrets here. Now we are said that full int is our thing, so of course we are using int rings, and as for our earring, we will use a demol or a might here, because they give additional damage and will boost our DPS that way. And as a defensive setting, we can use a gore necklace or a pep that gives us health and HP restoration. We could also use an MP necklace if we don't want to use too many MP pots, because once we are level 90, the Archon set and the Angel Glove will give us a total of 35% HP, which means we actually don't need it. It's just a preference. If you're either being a bit more safe, then go for the HP option. If you don't like to press MP food, then go with the MP necklaces. Now let's take a look at the passives. Since we are int only and spell only, there's not a lot we have to look out for. We do have the mental sign that gives us int, so it's a must-have. Then we have quick step, so we can get along from mob to mob faster. And then we have a bunch of options that give us defense, like patience, for example, heap up with the stamina and cat's reflex with the block. And we could consider leveling up haste, because it gives us cast time, which will make our skills stronger. And we could also consider leveling up cannonball, as this will increase our block, and we are having plenty of points. So those are options as well. And one of our main things we already covered in the other guidance, Stonehand. That's basically the skill that makes PvE BP the true hero, and we always want to have this max. So we said at level 28 we want to do the AoE, and all the way up to level 60 until we're able to switch for the 1v1. So once we're at 28, we will use the burst crack, max it for AoE, and we need damage, so Asmodeus is another passive that increases our knuckle attack, and knuckle attack is scaling way better than just like plain attack, so this is a really good skill we definitely want to have. And now we are at our main skill, that is the reason why this build is even possible. It is the redesigned Piercing Serpent, and it is firing a beam right at the target, and you can't put it into the action slot because it has no cooldown. So this is what the skill tree should look like. And as we already mentioned, this is a must-have right here. Intelligence, quick step and intelligence is definitely a must. Get some survivability going, and Asmodeus for the damage. And once you're here, you're the... oh, actually there's a mistake here. This should not be made. This is the Piercing Serpent that we should upgrade. So this is a mistake here. This is the skill you need. Piercing Serpent right here. And here definitely haste should be upgraded as well, since you do have enough points, and you will get more cast time for your DPS. Now let's talk a bit about the playstyle while the dog is trying to lick my hand here. I do recommend using the attack motion if you want to gather mobs. Don't use it if you only want to fight versus one mob. If you found a fight versus one mob, make sure that Stonehand is running all the time. So Piercing Serpent has the ability to stun your opponent, and make sure to have Piercing Serpent in your action slot. And I do recommend using an Activision all the time while you're at it, because this is your only damage spell. You have nothing left basically other than that, and you want to have the most DPS out of it. There are options with like working like Bloody Fist and stuff like this, but I did look at the scaling and I don't think they're that good. And as a last option, as convenience for obvious reasons, Refresher Hold will keep your MP up all the time, and it can be used, but you can do it with MP refreshers from the NPC just fine as well. So now we are at the end of the video. I hope I earned your subscription by then. And if there are still any questions open, feel free to ask them in the comments, and make sure to like the video. Cheers!